All right, I am live. And what can I do here? Wrong one. Oh, hello, everybody. If you're there, um, I messed up. I laid down and took a nap yesterday, which was Sunday. I laid down to take a nap around 4 o'clock. I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock last night. So I messed up. And nurse kind of, you know what? I think I'm gonna. She said leave that on tomorrow, but if it starts to seem too tight to take it off, but it's not hurting. But I'm still bending. Wait a minute. What am I? Oh, I'm looking at that. I don't see nobody in the house yet. Got four on the porch. Maybe that is too tight. Maybe that is. Maybe that is. I'm taking that off. See what that is. Yeah, got five on the porch. Nobody in the house. What's up, folks? Are you mad? Ouch, that hurt. That hurt. Well, I'll tell you what, that did take the swelling down. Yes, it did. Five on the porch. Nobody in the house. I messed up last night. I fell asleep. I took a nap and I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock. So that was a 3, 4, that was a 5 hour nap. Yes, it would. You know what? That helped that thing go down. Maybe I should have left it on longer. I wished I had some of that stuff to wrap around my finger. Five on the porch. Come on in the house. There's Lisa. Hey there, dear. How you doing? I missed my Sunday live last night. I overslept. I took a nap. I was only going to take a nap for a couple hours and it turned into 5 hours. So, and the heck of it is, I didn't, when I woke up at 9, it didn't occur to me that I was thinking it was Saturday when I woke up. Oh, got a pain in the hand right there. And I didn't think about it till today. My nurse was in, my occupational therapy nurse, and first thing she asked me, said, "Did you do your live last night?" And I said, "Dang, I forgot all about it." And she said, "Well, I tried to go on and find you, but I couldn't. You wasn't on." So, anyhow, how you doing, dear? Oh, I got a nagging headache. I might should have left that on my hand a little bit longer, but it'll be all right. She said take it off tomorrow when she put it on, so that's been a few hours. But it did make the swelling go down. Yes, it did. And who else? Barbara. Hey, Barbara. How you doing, dear? In case you don't know, Lisa, Barbara's husband passed away 3 or 4 days ago. Hey, crazy family. How y'all doing? I hadn't been seeing y'all lately. Not lately. But he passed away on Saturday, Barbara says. But, Barbara and her husband both got COVID, and he wound up in the hospital. Barbara was staying at home, and her husband was suffering from dementia, but he was like, I think she said, in stage 2. But when he went in the hospital with that COVID, some of the meds they was giving him accelerated the rate of the dementia, and he went to the final stages there in just a mass on her pancreas. Well, I hope that's not cancer. That's all right, crazy family. We'll do it. Um, but I'm about to get back to normal. I'm crazy family. I was always amazed at the amount of food and stuff that y'all were finding in the dumpsters and everything. But my daughter went to a food bank called, let's see, what is it called? His Compassion Food Bank. And that is a huge operation. They got several tractor and trailers, and they go all over the state picking up food. Usually, it's food that's got 1 or 2 days left before it gets to the sell by date. And last week, she come home with about 4 cases of almond silk again, and case about 3 or 4 cases of Dannon yogurt. Uh, she come home with cantaloupes. She come home with chicken nuggets. Big commercial bags and all that stuff. And the problem with this food bank that she's going again in the morning. The problem with that, they load you up with more than you use. And matter of fact, she did that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I was running around the neighborhood, especially this little trailer park down the street here, trying to give some of that stuff away because we were filled up. We'd had nowhere to put it. And I'm finding out, if you could freeze that stuff would be okay. But and she come home with 4 gallons of milk. She come home with four half-gallon bottles of orange juice. Just a ton of stuff. 2 containers of looked like fresh blueberries. I was eating on them things for about 4 days. But they give you this stuff in quantity, and you can't seem to get they don't give it to you in moderation. Hey Christy, how you doing, dear? Barbara Everett's husband passed away Saturday. He had COVID and had dementia real bad, and he passed away. And I don't know if Barbara still got COVID or not, but he passed away on Saturday. But I mean, we appreciate the food, shoot. Let's see. That milk alone was worth about $16 if we had to go buy it. I don't know what the almond silk cost. I think this time it was in gallon jugs. The last time it was in half-gallon jugs. And I tried freezing some of the almond milk to keep it longer, but that don't work. It freezes, but when it thaws out, it's not right. And I wound up having to throw them away. And the milk that they was giving us, not the gallon jugs of milk, but the milk that's in them little containers that's put on the shelf without it being refrigerated, wound up giving a lot of that away. I'll take stuff, if I got a bunch of stuff, I'll take it down to the laundromat where a lot of people in there doing their laundry and stuff. And I asked the people that run that, I said, can I set this stuff over here on the table and give it away? It was food stuff, And sure, and that didn't last but about 5 minutes. The people was grabbing it right and left, which is what I wanted. Not contagious. But I worry about, I finally figured out who gave me this coffee cup. I was looking at some of my old videos, and daggone if I ain't went and forgot. Hey Paul, how you doing, sir? I was looking at one of your videos. I didn't realize you was over 200,000 subscribers. Man, that just boggles my mind that you're up there. But I'm happy for you. I'm only up to 1,309. I was up to 300, maybe 300, 1,308. I keep losing subscribers. That gout, it must be pretty painful. I've never had that. Never had that. And folks, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me show you this little sucker. No, it's not this one. That's the old one. I will never, I can't even find it. I will never buy another GoPro. These things, this one's quit working. This is the one I got Christmas. It's quit working. I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna get some new SD cards to put in it and see if it's the SD cards that's the problem. But these things, I'll go out. I made a couple of real nice videos put together right and everything, and I was all excited about putting them up. And guess what? When I started editing the videos, there was some files that was there and some files said unable to play, and it gives a couple of reasons and all that stuff. And that's been happening a lot with this GoPro. So I'm back to this. I'm back to this. And this, that ain't the camera. I got the lights off. My cheap GoPro light camera. I'm using that. But I'm hoping it's the SD card. And maybe it makes sense. People says don't buy the junk SDs, get the good ones. They cost more, but they're well worth it. So I'll hear. I don't know. Paul says that's definitely an SD card issue, not the GoPro. They are expensive getting the right one, like $100. SanDisk. Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do, because it's, you know, when I made a perfect video the other day, perfect, put together right and everything, and I wasn't wandering off on different subjects and everything, and it's very interesting. I've just put one up about how I'm doing my my composting, and it was put together beautiful. It had all the facts. It showed me building the buckets like I use, and my 5-gallon buckets that I modify with the hose in it and everything is better than that compost tumbler that they got me Christmas. It has 2 compartments in it, and I have yet to make any decent compost with that thing. Plus, with my method, you fill that bucket once I get all the holes in the right place and everything in it, and I start throwing scraps, vegetation scraps, stuff, and glass clippings and stuff like that in that bucket. I fill it all the way up to the top, pack it down good, put a lid on it, take it around back, leave it for 3 months. Don't even have to touch it, don't have to turn it, don't have to aerate it. It does all that for me. You don't have you fill it, forget it. 3 months, got this perfect compost. And I was showing how I made the bucket and everything. Matter of fact, now I got a lady that lives close to me wants me to make her some buckets and sell to her. So that's a thought. I don't know what I would charge her. Most of my buckets were free, and I have bought some buckets for $2 a piece. But you don't have to go buy your buckets in the that's you need to warranty all your electronics, because technically you use your electronics to run a business. Um, Yeah, well, I don't know about me running a business. I'll tell you what, folks. I wish 1,000 times that I still had my driver's license and a vehicle, earning money. Uh, but I don't know. Uh, I'm thinking about, instead of taking 2 showers a week now, I'm thinking about starting taking 4 showers a week, because it's a whole lot. Hey, Cruiser Mac, boy, I hadn't seen you in a while. Hey, Alan, hadn't seen you, Cruiser Mac. I'm gonna have to check in on you again, my friend. Um, Cruiser Mac's in Canada. Why is that, Lisa? I sanitize every bucket I get is sanitized. I mean, well sanitized. Um, I don't leave no residue in them or anything. But some of the buckets I get are food grade buckets, and well, I appreciate that, Cruiser. And K&D Scrapping, how you doing, my friend? Um, I was hoping some of my nurse friends from over at Gainesville would chime in again too. I want to talk to them. K&D Scrapping. I sure love my subscribers, especially the handful that counts. The majority of my subscribers, the only way they count is keeping me over 1,000. But I've only got a handful that, like I see some people, they get. I was looking at this one guy, and he averages about 400,000 views per video. Uh, I average about I average about, let's see, the one I put up this morning, I think it's up to like 34. I just don't have, uh, and when I'm starting to really try to get my videos together and where they're informative and all that stuff, and then I start having a problem with that camera, and I hope it is the SD card, because it's very hard to do the videos the way I want to do them. And oh my goodness, I want you to look here. Oh my God, which one is that? I'm not keeping up with my meds the way I'm oh gosh, I hadn't took my pills for the day. Son of a gun. Let's see what. Today is Monday, right? How did I get missed? Dang, am I losing it? I guess that's my pills for this morning. I didn't take them. They're laying here. And what was I got going on this morning? Oh, well, I had one appointment at 10:30. I always use food grade, no chemical there, or cancer causing chemicals. Okay, if you use the compost for ornamentals. Um, but I use, when I clean them buckets, I clean them with, what I like about the painter's buckets. Uh, they come with the lids. and I used a high grade gee whiz peroxide, not the kind you use this medical, you know. I'm talking about the kind that's industrial cleaner. It's what they clean it's what they clean equipment with in food processing companies and stuff. And that's what I use to clean them buckets and sterilize them. Yeah, he gets a lot of views too, but that's not the one I was referring. It was somebody that I didn't think they would ever get that many views because it's content that I don't like. So maybe that's why I didn't think they'd ever get them kind of views. But you know, I can't really get interested in somebody's channel that I don't like or find interesting. And so I don't should I apologize for that? But you know, if you're not interested in it, why would you watch it? Uh, I only watch the ones that I like, you know, that I think's interesting, and I watch their ads. Um, but it's I guess I guess that's okay if you're not interested, you don't watch it. But sometimes I watch them just to see if something's changed. You know, I got this one guy I don't like, and I'm not going to mention the name because a lot of my subscribers watch this channel. I don't. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't agree with the stuff he says. But you know, that's just like I lost subscribers one time when some of my subscribers found out that I didn't like Chris and uh, uh, well, I ain't gonna talk about Chris and Holly. I mean, they're doing their thing. But I don't. And when I made some comments about them, I lost a few subscribers. And it's like one of them said, "Well, if you ain't no friend of Chris and Holly, then you ain't no friend of mine," and they cut me off. So you got to watch what you say. You know, you can't please everybody. What's that saying? You can't please everybody all the time, and something about some of the time. I don't know what the heck it is. I'm too old to be trying to remember some of that stuff. But I, I seems like the older I get, the more things I change my mind about it, and some things I hadn't thought of in years. And uh, I told, I was telling my daughter one of my stories, and she's like, "Well, I never heard that before." I like, well, I told, well, I guess I never told you that story before. I said, I got a lot of stories you ain't heard before. And I started telling her some there. I'm like, yeah, you told me that one and stuff like that, you know, and that time I got in a little mischief in Jacksonville, uh, right after I got out of the army. Uh, and I was in. They got a room that they put you in. You sit down there, and if you've been arrested, you know, and they, I guess it's the booking room or something. But it just so happened the same day that I got carted off to jail, I don't know if I told y'all this story or not. Well, I'm sitting in there in this seat, and about 4 seats down, there's this black guy sitting there. We're both in handcuffs. And turns out this black gentleman sitting there was Martin Luther King. He had been doing some kind of march there in Jacksonville and he got arrested. And I regretted, I might have said hi or something to him, but back then the jails were segregated. They weren't integrated, and so, but they had him in the white section. For what reason, I don't know. But I was telling my daughter, and I said I wished many, many times I had really tried to talk to him more than I did. Uh, but I never heard that. Well, there's a lot of stories in my life that she's never heard of. Uh, did I? Let's see. I think I told y'all one the other day. She never heard of that one either. If you didn't see the video, go see it. It's about this girl named June. Oops, I almost said her last name. I ain't gonna say her last name. Anyway, I was 14. She decided she was gonna run away from home. The problem was she lived in Maryland. I was in Jacksonville, Florida. And I had already met her. I'd been up to Maryland to my cousin's house for about a week. And me and her got romantically involved, kissing, none of the other stuff. And she said, I'm going to run away, I'm going to catch a bus, and I'm going to come down there where you're at. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. No, she said she was going to hitchhike. That's what she said. And I told her, I wrote her back, and I told her, do that, I'll send you the money and you can get a bus ticket. So I sent her a bus ticket and some eating money. I made $20 a week at the job I had. I was delivering prescriptions on my bicycle. And go watch the video. I ain't gonna tell you all of it. She came down and all that stuff, and wound up. She was sleeping under my bed, and my bed. It wasn't just me in that bed. There was me, my sister that's a year younger than me, and two of my half brothers. There's four of us sleeping in that bed. And June, she was sleeping under the bed. Parents didn't know nothing about it till the police come knocking. Go watch the video. And that's one story. I hadn't thought of that in years. And I'm sure there's a bunch more out there I haven't thought of. I I think I didn't lead a normal childhood life. It was full of different things, a lot of stuff. I wish I knew how to get hold of June. None of the other stuff left out. I don't know. I don't know why he was in there, but the jail was definitely segregated, and he was in a march somewhere there in town that day, and sure enough, he was sitting down there at the other end, and lots of times, many times, I wished I'd have talked to him more or something. Uh, but I didn't. I really didn't think nothing about it. I really didn't see what the problem was with the whites and the blacks because I'd been in the army for those years and that was well integrated. Well integrated. I can't remember who the sheriff was then. Yeah, yeah, I'd be sleeping in that bed up, and she'd be down there underneath, hid from the parents, and I'd be there with my hand hanging off the side of the bed, and her hand be there, and we'd be holding hands. Go see the video. You'll see how that turned out. Her sister. That was so stupid. I mean, what in the world was going in a 14-year-old's mind about helping her get all the way about 700 miles away from her home to your home, and all of a sudden you got in this mind you're going to take care of her and all that stuff, and I was only making $20 a week. I don't know. How stupid was that? My gosh. But, kids do strange things sometimes. Oh. I remember one time trying to go buy some beer, and I tried to make myself look older. I always looked older than I actually was, but I I tried to buy beer one time, and it was at it was a store like a 7-Eleven. I can't remember what the name of that store was, and just happened there was a police officer in the store at the same time. I tried that. I got took home. I got to ride in the police car. Oh my gosh. But anyway, enough of my shenanigans. And I think my occupational nurse is going to be coming to see me 2 more times. She just wrapped this finger in a bandage to see if it will make the swelling go down some. It's still swollen a little bit, but I still can't. I can do them fingers almost all the way down, but I can't do that one. That one there, you see it. That's as far as I can get it to go. Now I can push it a little further, but that's about as far as I can push it. Oh, well, I should say not. Oh, boyfriend wanted you to move down there with him. Wonder what was on his mind. Oh my. Oh, Bringwell Wilt. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Oh, trying in your defense to hack your YT and are just bad at being human beings. Your defense, okay. I don't know what the sheriff's reason was for that. I wish I could remember who that. Did I ever tell y'all the story about the time when I was about 13? This was in Jacksonville, and about a block away from our house was the railroad tracks, and on the other side of the tracks was the colored section of town. And us kids would go over there to the railroad tracks a lot. And then the colored kids, the black kids, would wind up on the other side of the track, and we was throwing rocks at each other. And make a long story short, one of the black boys got hit in the face with a rock. And I'm just saying, this is just how things were. It was embedded in your mind all the time you was growing up. And we told the judge when they were so upset that that boy got hit in the face, and we was saying things like, well, it's not our fault that he didn't duck, or Your Honor, and we called him the N-word. He's just an N-word, you know. My daughter says quit using the actual word. She says it comes off of out of my lips too easy. But I don't use that. The only time I use that N-word is when I'm explaining something that was said, like what my barber said about my grandson one time, stuff like that. But it's embedded. You're hardwired. It'll always be there. But now I know better. But it's still hardwired right into your head. I don't use those words. It's not a racist wrong bone in my body. Matter of fact, I know some people won't believe. That's what we said. It's not our fault that he didn't duck. We was ducking. He got hit. We got charged. It wasn't a serious charge. It was juvenile stuff. And they was asking you questions like, well, did you intend on hitting them? And you'd say no, then why were you throwing the rocks at them? You know, stuff like that. Which I think we intended on it. They intended on hitting us. You know, it's just something we done, the kids done during the summer. Many days we met out there at the track, started slinging, you know, them big old rocks that's on the railroad tracks. We'd be throwing them rocks. That kid got hit pretty hard. You know, I wish things would have been different back then, but it wasn't. And that's the way we was raised, you know. Makes me feel bad when I think about it, and makes me feel bad. My 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 something just hit my mind, and then it just flew out, just like I never thought of it. That it was something I was going to say. Oh, can't. Oh, I was trying to think of the person that gave me this cup, and I was looking at their name today when I was watching some of my old videos. That they gave me this cup, but I haven't heard from them in a couple of years. I've had this cup about 3 years now. This is the cup I had on my scooter when I flipped my scooter over on the side and banged my head down on the pavement and got a little road rash. I felt sorry for that girl that she was going around me, and it wasn't her fault that I turned over. She never touched me, you know. It was my fault because quick as I seen that car was that close, I turned that thing to the right real sharp, going full speed. And of course it turned right over. That's not the first time I've turned that scooter over. Uh, but I matter of fact, when my daughter gets home tomorrow with the stuff from the food bank, I want to make a video of that showing y'all just what they give us. I don't. It looks like they would put it in smaller quantity instead of giving you 2 cases, which is four gallons of almond silk. Give you 2 gallons. Spread it out for more and don't run out when people are still in line wanting food. I don't know why they don't do them. Maybe it's too labor intensive. I don't know. But but they do that. They do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the other place, the first place she'd been going to was on Wednesdays. But here's the thing. This food bank, his Compassion Food Bank, they're the ones that give food to that church where my daughter was going the first time. But there's something weird going over there at that church. They oh uh yeah, they're available, but uh what I'm probably gonna have to do is go to that place. My neighbor, there's no need of him going and get them. When when I can get my daughter, we can go over there to this other guy that's selling them and get them. And I'm hoping that the guy's got the lids. These are the food grade buckets. They're real nice, clean buckets. And I got one lady. She was gonna go to she was gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy the buckets, the new ones. But the last time I was at Lowe's, those buckets were $4.99 for the bucket and $2.99 for the lid. So that's $6 for a bucket. And I can't see going and paying that much for a plastic bucket when there's so many of them around that you can get. And if I was still driving and had a vehicle, I would be going and picking those things up myself. Uh, who's Spaceman Doug? Oh, there he is. I didn't see you there, Spaceman. We're still around, Spaceman. You know, still going. And I'm still learning stuff every day, stuff I knew before that after COVID I didn't know anymore, and now I'm discovering again. It's like learning it all over again. And I don't know what causes that. I guess it's just something about COVID that does that. Um, I, uh, I found out something about snake plants or mother-in-law tongues that you can take a long leaf off of a snake plant or a mother-in-law tongue, and you can cut that leaf into about 2-inch sections. I took 2 of those leaves and I cut them in 2-inch sections. And then, but then you got to keep up with what the bottom is of the leaf and the top. You can't, because when you put them in the dirt to root those pieces, and they will root them 2-inch sections, but you got to do them with the bottom in the dirt. And I had a lady asking today, she got confused about what was up and down on them. And that is so simple. You take, let me give you a good example here. Let's see, is that yeah, hold on, man. Say this is one of the sections you cut off on the thing, and this is the top. When I cut the sections off, I always go on the bottom and cut a little notch on the bottom like that. Then you always know what the bottom is, and that's what goes in the dirt. And it takes about 4 weeks. Once you put it in the dirt, it'll take about 4 weeks for that thing to start rooting, to get rooted. And I've got 10 plants out there right now that I started this way. And they're only about 2 inches high, about 1 inch in the ground, 1 inch sticking up. But it's rooted and it's already started sending brand new shoots up from that. I got one out there that's got 2. Most of them just got 1 new shoot. But then I got some where I put 2 in the dirt after they rooted, and they got like 3 and 4 shoots coming up. So if anybody's wanting to raise some snake plants in a hurry or something, that to me is faster than taking a leaf and putting it in water and let it root that way. Because you do it that way, you've only got 1 plant. If you cut them in sections like I did, I got 10. And I'm still in the back of my mind, the wheels is still turning back there. How can I make money with this? And I just don't have no room here. I mean, think how many snake plants I could raise like that. I could take cuttings like that, and I could have plants up several inches tall in 6 months' time. Got to be worth something, I would think. But I just can't. Have a good meal, Spaceman. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Give me a like. Matter of fact, then y'all have to give me a like. Give me a like. I'm gonna start on my videos now. When I do them, I'm gonna start reminding people subscribe and give me. I do some stuff that says subscribe and stuff like that. But I need to remind them, give me a like. I hate to go over there on that percentage and see if I get 10 likes and I get 1 thumbs down, that leaves me at 90%. And when I first put a video on, 2 or 3 people would come on with likes, and there'd be nobody giving me thumbs up. Well, that's 100%. But then all of a sudden, somebody comes on there on them 2 or 3 likes and gives me a dislike, and that drops me down around 60 or something percent. People say it doesn't matter. I don't. Maybe it don't matter, but I would love to see my percentages higher than it is. But Paul, I hope that SD card is what the problem is on that, because it's hard doing these videos when you used to go. Matter of fact, one of the videos I just put up, you may see at the end of it, when I'm getting ready to say I'll see you in the next and all that, and you'll hear me say GoPro start recording, and then I'll catch myself, oh no, it's not GoPro. That's how used I am to it, but I hope that's what it is, because I get used to that GoPro and talking to it and everything, and then with which camera? Oh, it's my little cheap GoPro type camera that I've got a bracelet that's got a stop and record button on it that I can use. Makes it a little bit easier. But I put Facebook Marketplace with pics and let that. Okay, folks, I have found out how I started me a new Facebook page, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the name. Uh, it should be Russell Pearson, and the email to that account is sheepdollar@outlook.com. Oh yeah, I've got buku aloe. Uh, I have aloe. I have some very mature aloe plants, and I've got snake plants, mother-in-law tongues. I got quite a few of them. I've got uh, golden dewdrops, and those things are beautiful if you don't trim them. Just let them keep growing. And the only time I would say trim them things or prune them things is when they're done blooming. They got a beautiful little bluish purple flower that comes up on them things. And I've got those things up to wazoo. Uh, I've got, let's see. Oh, I've got gardenias. I got little Lisa gardenias that Lisa Kleckner sent me a nice gardenia plant, and I got a bunch of gardenias off of them. Matter of fact, I had some of them blooming the other day, and I've not had much luck with the camellias. I'm still working at getting that done. I don't have much luck with starting new crepe myrtles. I have pretty good luck with the azaleas. Now the hibiscus, I got hibiscus up the wazoo. Pickles that come in from. We got a 5-gallon bucket in there right now of sliced dill pickles. Never been opened. I don't know how long those will keep. Uh, but I'm gonna be checking on some. The thing about it, with me not having a driver's license, not having a vehicle, I have to depend on my daughter, and it has to be at her convenience. I hadn't really thought about that uh, being real. Let me think about that. I guess I don't know. I don't really know what something like that sells for. I got some out there that's huge, and I got a place down the street from here. They've got a big old patch of those things, and they gave them to me. I just got to get over and dig them up, and they're big too. They're big too. So I'm just. I'm really need to get my act together. I really do. and I definitely don't have my act together. Of course, I've had interruptions, this thing with the hand and this hand thing, it makes me nervous. Just saying, and I think I hurt my thumb. I took a shower this morning and I almost slipped. And I grabbed hold of the bar and that thumb got it pretty good. But I'm gonna start doing 3 baths a week. Okay, being real, send me an email to, and let me write it down here so you'll see what it is. Move that. Don't want to spill nothing. What happened to my comments? Just a minute. All right. This is my that's my email. That's my email address. If you want to correspond with me directly, send me an email to that, your name and what we're talking about, and I'll have a record of that, and then we can see what we can do. Um, who is that? Angel in pink camo. I ain't seen you in a while, dear. Been a while. Okay, being real, let me see what I can do here. Just send me an email. And also, I've got a bunch of pinecone ginger lily plants in pots. Um, that I don't know if some of y'all know. Lisa knows what pinecone ginger lilies are, and those I was going to sell the rhizomes from that this past Christmas, but I didn't get around to it. But I've still got a bunch of them. Um, the guy that mows our yard, that right the last time he mowed it, no, the time before last, he come to mow and it was while I was in the hospital. And he seen that a bunch of them pinecone ginger lilies plants coming up out there, and he thought they was weeds, and he weed eated them down. I've got 2 rechargeable drills, but guess what? When we moved from the old house over to here, the chargers got lost. I don't have the chargers for them. As a matter of fact, I think I threw them out the other day because you can't get chargers that they're from Harbor Freight, and they don't handle that brand anymore, and they don't have chargers for that brand. But anyhow, folks, I appreciate all of y'all being here. so much. I've been yapping over an hour. How about that? But anytime any of y'all want to talk to me one on one, uh, via email, we can do that. But if you ever want to talk to me during a live, uh, let me know. Send me an email, and I'll set it up for whatever time of day or night you say. And that's where it's just like right now. I'm on one side of the screen, and you would be on the other side of the screen. And it's just a great way to get to know each other, and I've talked to several people like that. I've talked, Crazy Family. I've talked to them a lot. I've talked to Tammy in Australia. I've talked to, and I'm drawing a blank, Maggie in Guam. I've talked to the girl that was in Ukraine. I talked to her. It was a private conversation, and her dog's sick right now. But I like doing those private chats. And those private chats will remain private unless you say it's okay to publish it. If it's okay to publish it, I'll publish it. I would like to publish something like that so more people can see what it's like. I hope everything works out there, Lisa. Yeah, it didn't kill them because they're already growing back. But I couldn't believe he weeded it. I had to go out there the other day and show him. I said, "See these things here and here? Those are not weeds. Leave them alone." So, because I got them all over the place. Yeah. What brand rechargeable drill did you get, Lisa? I didn't see Troy. Where's Troy? Where's Troy? There he is. Hey, Troy. You still got them aches and pains, my friend? Oh, I just remembered the name of that person that sent me this cup. Last name was Kaiser. I can't remember the first name. It's a man and a woman, and they sent me this cup. There was something else in that cup too when they sent it, but I can't remember what it was. And I got one woman. Where is that? I've never seen a pink camo. Angel and pink camo. Garden Joy. Well, it's one thing I've learned. It took me, yes, and this is my 8th month of having a blood clot in my leg. Gosh, has it been that long? Um, y'all know we got 6 cats in this house now, don't you? Man, I have to. I had to get on them today in here when my nurse was coming between 12 and 1. I told them to get all the cats in one room, but out of this room where the nurse is going to be. Because she's real skittish to them cats. Well, she don't want animals crawling around on her equipment and stuff because all that stuff has to be sterilized. And My daughter said, well, this is not her house. Well, make sure the cats is out of here. And they did, except for that one, that crazy one. And they've got this one, his name's Dahmer. And I always call him Dauber. But sometimes I'll be coming through the house and he'll come running and jump all the way up on top of my shoulder and the back around my shoulder. And I got to sit there and hold him for a while. He has seizures occasionally. And this is the kitten, this is the cat that survived getting run over. Him and his litter got run over by a lawnmower and killed all of them but him. And my daughter hand fed him for months. But he has these seizures and he goes crazy after his tail, some not as bad as he used to be. And I mean, he'd be drawing blood, but he's not as bad as he used to be. Beautiful cat. He's a gray and got the biggest eyes. I never seen that big of an eye on a cat before. But yeah, his name is Dahmer, but I say Dauber. All right, guys. I've been yapping for more than an hour, and nobody needs cat scratch fever. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that, and I got that one of the little kit. We got two young kittens, and that one, her name is Reese's, and I'll be sitting here at the computer just like I am now, and all of a sudden, bam, up on the back of my neck she is, and I can't get her off. She's a sweetie though, but both of them's gonna have to go to the vet pretty soon because we don't want no cats that can be bred or breed too. You know, we don't. One of them's a boy and one of them's a girl. But yeah, that's right, Lisa. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I don't guess I've ever had anything like blood clots before. Uh, I feel like who is at my door? Is that you, Jay?
Nope. Who?
What do you want?
Rosa's not going to the thing with me in the morning, so we could go at 6 if you want to go.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. I'll
Okay.
go to bed early.
I am.
I just want to see how that's done.
Okay.
That was my daughter telling me I could go with her to the food bank in the morning. She was going at 5 o'clock in the morning and sit there for 3 hours. But I wasn't going to do that. But her friend, another lady that goes, she comes in her car and Jennifer goes in her car and they sit there and talk. They was wanting to go at 5 o'clock in the morning to try to get at the head of the line because that the line is huge over there, very big, very long line. And so I'm gonna go with her. So that means I need to get my tail into bed early so I can wake up about 5. To do that, I need to go to bed about 10 or 11 o'clock. Uh, My baby, the one that just turned 14, my daughter got sunburnt the other day when they went to Salt Springs. Not bad, but sunburnt. And let's see, lost my train. Oh, and my baby grandson, he's biracial, he's mixed. And uh, oh, I know what I want to say. And y'all tell me if when I'm talking about something, a story or something, or what my aunts and uncles used to call me when I would go over to the black family's house, the sharecroppers, on Saturday night when I was staying with them, and I'm out there eating barbecue and all that stuff they made. And I'd be telling that story, and you don't like almond milk? That's something they pretty much have about every week. I love the almond milk, but and sometimes I say, "Well, where's Mackie at?" And Mackie's what they call me back then, and they would say he's probably over there at the N-word's house, and but usually when I'm telling what people say when I'm telling a story or something, I don't say N-word. I say the word. And my daughter says it just rolls off of my lips too easy. But here's the thing. When I was born, I was raised with that word. I was raised with it. It's embedded. It's hardwired in my head. It's never going to go away. But my daughter says it just says she don't like the way it just comes out of my lips so easy. Well, she wasn't raised the way I was. I mean, I try not to say it, but I was telling my daughter something in there this morning. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something about the family, and I said what they was calling me. I said the word. I didn't say N word. Uh, but I don't mean it in a derogatory way. Uh, and I look at it kind of like this: black people will sit there and talk using that word when they're calling each other that, but they can say it and it's okay. But I can say it in a way that it's not meant derogatory or anything, and it's wrong. Uh, I see black people that put on a white face in a costume or something. But if you see a white person that puts on a black face in a costume, it's a big hullabaloo about that. I don't understand that. There's not a racist bone in my body. There used to be, but hadn't been for many years. Jay needs to get into a music program with course for those high notes. Oh man, chocolate silk and that. I wonder if I could get some chocolate, Hershey's chocolate liquid stuff and put in that and make chocolate syrup. I'll bet that'd be good. Oh, what are you doing up there? You need to get away. You ain't got no business up there. Got a cat in here. The crazy one. Anyway, my mom, born in the 1920s, had a mommy she loved, that lady, and I can't find any info on her. Uh, okay, Lisa, she had a mammy. By that, do you mean it was a black lady? And if you do, I got a story about that. I got, I called this black lady one time, Mammy. I thought she was going to beat me to death with a broom. I ain't your old mammy. Uh, and you know, there was a movie years ago called Song of the South, and I don't know if any of y'all ever saw that movie, but they won't show that movie anymore. That's a black mark, they say, against. Hey, Cindy with the Y. How you doing, dear? Hadn't seen you in a while. I hadn't seen Cindy with an eye in a while. Some of my subscribers, they just come and go, and some of them go, and I don't know what happened to them. Uh, I shudder to think if somebody passes away and I don't know about it, and maybe I got no way to know about it. Now, I think if I was to croak, my daughter would probably get on here and let everybody know. Uh, and matter of fact, if I die, I've got a video that I made that's only to be published when I die for you guys. Um, but I worry about when a lot of my. I wish I didn't get so attached to these people, to you people. I don't know you. I mean, I know you, but I don't know you. I've never met you, any of that stuff, and probably never will get to meet any of you. But yet I get attached. And it's just like the nurses I had this time I was in the hospital, and there's about 4 or 5 of them that I want I hope they send me email addresses and stuff because I want to keep up with them, and most of them are in their 20s, 21, 22. Uh, John's 20. John's 24. Austin's 27. I just want to keep up with their careers, how they're doing and everything. I know her name was probably Sally, and her family were slaves. Okay, I knew some people that's families were slaves. I knew a Confederate soldier from the Civil War back in 1955, and he was really old, and he was talking about it. I'm so lovable. You know what? I when my wife was gone, when my wife passed away, I lost touch, and by touch I mean her laying there next to me every night in the bed, and the hugs, and her seeing something on my face or something that didn't look like she'd pick at it or something. I miss that so much. I miss hugs, and I want to hold. I want to hold a baby so bad, but ain't no mama gonna come by and want me to hold her baby. I would love to hold the baby, and I used. I, or a little boy or a little girl sitting on my lap and hugging them and stuff like that. But some reason it don't seem to be proper. But I miss the touch, and like my nurse, my occupational nurse, when she every day when she comes here, she gets out this bottle of stuff and she massages his hand from the wrist all the way down, every finger and everything, and that just feels so nice, so nice. And I sure miss it. My oldest grandson, the 32-year-old, if I want a group hug with him, he'll give me a group hug. My daughter probably would, and my middle grandson probably would, but the young one, the one that's growing up so fast now, no sir. No hugs, no kisses. And if I just happen to be going through the living room, he's sitting there doing something, playing his game or something, and I just come up there and just to look, uh, he's like, "What?" And I like say, "Nothing, son. I'm just seeing what you're doing." Well, I don't like it. So, and me and him used to be really close. That baby, that baby, after he was born, uh, I forget why, but he slept he slept with me. This is after my wife died. He slept with me, and I changed diapers in the middle of the night. I fed him. I took his formula, his bottles, and put them in. I had a little cooler I set beside the bed to keep them cool. I fed him all that stuff, and I used to go walking with him and everything. And it was tough to keep up with him, but somehow or another, he's gotten older. I wonder if I could do that. Or would somebody think that's weird or think I'm some kind of pedophile or something? I had never thought about that. Human touch. Human touch. That's what it is. I especially when I see babies, I just, gosh. I ain't gonna start tearing up thinking about that stuff. Anyway, folks, I keep getting ready to go off and I get to talking about something else and it's, oh crap, I've been talking an hour and a half. Yeah, guys, I gotta go. I don't want to hold y'all no more. I appreciate it and I apologize for not doing my live last night. That was my fault. Uh, but I'll see you in the next one. Honest, I will. And like I said before, in this case, hospitals really do need people to hold the babies. I wonder if I could get my daughter. I wonder. I want to ask about that. Boy, I might even could get to hold several babies in the day. Wow. All right, guys, I'm leaving. See you, Christy. Do you want me to set up another private chat, Christy? I will if you want me to. Send me an email. All right, guys. I'm going to. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? I don't know. I don't know what something screwy here. Anyway, I appreciate it so much. I'll see you in the next one. See you.